And we're back. Sorry about that, friends. It happens sometimes. But we were basically done with the end credits. I mean, we were about, I would say 60 to 70% through. What can we watch? Popwin says, what happened? Yeah, the stream crashed. Sometimes the stream crashes. What's that about? So we'll just kind of hang out for a little bit, and I will catch up with you guys. We're going to go for another 15 to 20 minutes. Papa One says, confusing. Computers will always be confusing. Yes, for me too, Papa One. What's that about? David says, and we're live. Yes, we are, David. Thank you. David says, sit a spell. Take your shoes off. Yeah, we're just going to like hang out and talk a bit. We're not going to go full screen. We only had about 15 more minutes to go anyways. I have news about Witcher Wednesdays. I love Geralt, and I love that game, and I love the alliteration of on Wednesdays we Witcher. However, those live streams barely break 1,000. I mean 100. I wish they would break 1,000. So we're kind of not going to do it anymore. Not for now. We are going to do a variation of Sinister Sundays. Basically, we're going to do Sinister Sundays on Wednesday and Sunday. We're going to call it Weird Wednesdays or Wednesday Weirdness. Because it's interesting, and those streams always break 100 and do very well on the replays. So that's what we're going to do. Glennis says, hello. Glennis, thank you for coming back, Glennis. I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Papa One says, if you had told me when I was a boy that we would have computers like this, I would have said, what drugs are you taking? Yeah, it's crazy how they just took over. Mama One says, Witchcraft Wednesdays. Yes, except basically it's going to be Sinister Sundays also on Wednesdays. But, it's like I don't want to limit to the supernatural. But there's just so many things I want to talk about. But speaking of D'Angelo, I think I'm looking him up on Wiki. Okay, never mind. I thought he had personal struggles, but he's still alive. And he's got 2 kids. So that's nice. So yeah, I was thinking of someone else. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about the Voynich manuscript, which is an illustrated codex from the early 15th century that has yet to be. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's in code, or it's a language, or a constructed language. That's what Wikipedia is calling it. It might be a hoax, but it's a hoax from the 1500s. But no one has ever been able to decipher it or interpret it. But it's very elaborate. It's over 240 pages long. It's got notes and maps and strange creatures, and it'll be just fantastic to talk about. But so we'll do that in the next Wednesday Weirdness. 9 viewers in the chat. Welcome, friends. Appreciate you coming back. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for the technical difficulties that we had. Sunday, of course, will be about the production of The Exorcist from 1974, I believe. because there was a lot of coincidentally bad events that happened during that production, and it makes it one of the most cursed movies in cinematic history. Cloudy says, I really like these sinister dreams. Oh, good, Cloudy. I'm glad. And Mama One says, the Golden State person is still alive. I think I'm not allowed to say that word, Mama One. Joseph James D'Angelo. Yeah, the algorithm is tricky. You know, it's AI. So you can't really reason with it. And it's very literal. And you're only allowed to have one opinion. David says, got my wife's attention with the witchcraft. Okay, we should do a witchcraft stream for her. We'll do one on Wednesdays. But I'm not sure what we're going to do. Salem witch trials seems too obvious. But I'm just going to write witchy stream. I'll figure something out. Mama One says, sorry, no reason to ever apologize, Mama One. Ever. Nobody gets to apologize on this channel. Glynis says, my husband liked the Tunguska one last week. Oh, I'm glad, Glynis. Couldn't really tell because I can't read the chat. But I've been fascinated by that event my whole life. I've loved it. Cloudy says, do you know about the cattle mutilation? Yes, I do. That would be something interesting to talk about as well. And Ivan Monkey says, hi, greetings, Ivan Monkey. David says, she's into it, Mama One. She's a witch. David says, Ivan. Klaus Schilstra with the code. Yeah, we're just going to hang out for a little bit. Appreciate you being here, friends. Yeah, the Voynich manuscript. You can buy reproductions of it on Amazon. I actually thought about getting it because I was so fascinated. I like the idea that I bet you AI could figure it out if it's actually something, you know, like put it all into AI. But we'll talk about it more on Wednesday. Mama One says she should join the chat, David. Yes, David. Make her make an account and make her subscribe to this channel and the second channel. She doesn't have to watch. Ivan Monkey says, you helped me in Red Dead Redemption 2. I appreciate you telling me that, Ivan, and I'm happy to help. I'm glad I did. David says, daughter took us to Salem for our 20th anniversary. Went all up the Upper East Coast. And Papa One says, when I was in Vietnam, there was always rumors around the supernatural and occult. Some of us were told the Viet Cong were involved in occult rituals. Some were rumored to be involved in. Oh, I had something about that, Papa One. I knew something, but it's like the very tendril of memory that I cannot recall right now. It's like something my dad told me, but I can't remember. Papa One says Thai voodoo. Yeah. I can't recall right now. I think it might have been about curses. I don't know. And David says she watches with me. Shout out to David's better half. And always remember, a happy wife means a happy life. Glynis says, my father told me about that as well, Papa One. My dad was in Nam as well. Well, I'm glad he made it back, Glynis. Papa one says, I'm sure you remember my story about my friend Fox, who visited me in the hospital and said our friends would be by later. But when they got there, they told me Fox was killed that morning. Yeah, I remember that. Miko says, Magnifico called Miss Marjorie a witch, among other things. She didn't give off witch vibes to me. What's that about? Yeah, I think Miko and Bertram had a different kind of relationship with Miss Marjorie, and Magnifico felt a little betrayed, or perhaps even jealous. He was jealous about Arthur. Papa one says, Glynis, tell my brother-in-arms, welcome home, brother. We made it. We both know we lost so many. Miko, I'm sorry I can't solve your beaver problem. All the tricks that I know, you've already done. Glennis says, thanks to Papa One. Mama One, what did you make for dinner? Mama One always makes the best dinners. Sorry, David. David also makes good dinners, but David is a little spicy. Papa One says, my wife still has to tell me every morning when I wake up that the war is over, because I may be 75, but every morning I wake up, I'm still 18 and in a foxhole. Well, it had a profound effect on you, Papa One. But you made it. Miko says, that's okay. If I do reinstall the game, I can try the Saint Denis horse glitch in version 1. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, Miko. The only thing I miss about being in version 1 is you cannot fast travel from camp. And the Moonstone Pond glitch doesn't work. Moonstone Pond comes in like version 1.04 maybe. It's like, but I don't know how you could get like a specific update. Maybe you could upgrade to the Ultimate Edition if you don't have it yet, Miko. David says, I couldn't find a paint for Horseman 10. I quit and reloaded, and boom, there it was. Yeah, usually that's all it takes. Is an exit reload or a save reload. Miko says, there's an idea. Mama once says, I had made Salisbury steak, rice, brown gravy, okra, squash, and zucchini with homemade ice cream for dessert. Yeah, see, Mama One makes the greatest dinners. I had half a chicken parmesan sandwich and some sweet potato fries and a Pop-Tart. What's that about? I was super busy. I didn't have time to go to the store. I just kind of improvised and ate what I had in the freezer and leftovers. Glennis says, we had shrimp scampi with green beans and noodles. See, that's good too. I love shrimp. I love shrimp scampi. Yeah. I didn't have the greatest of lunches / dinners. But I was super busy. I just didn't have time. And there was nothing in the house. But this one always has food available. Don't worry about it. It's like, I've got her meals. I pre-make her meals like 14 at a time. and I just freeze them. So she's always got something to eat. And also she has the kibble and then the snacks. But then she also eats whatever I'm eating. Like she had a piece of the chicken parm sandwich. Mama one says, one day we will all get together and I'll make a feast. I love cooking. Most of my food is homemade and homegrown. Wow. It's made with love. David says, I like that Pearson has that photo. Yeah, but it's compromising, you know? I mean, if local law enforcement goes in and sees that he's, you know, a known associate of these villains. And Glennis says, sounds good, Mama One. I mean, why would you do that? Well, we know why he did it. But I like how sentimental he is. And as I said before, I hope he finds a nice Rhodes widow to share his life with, to go home with. Who hopefully bosses him around a lot, and he doesn't mind. Sit up. Hop up. Mama One says, we prefer eating at home. It's better for Papa One's stomach, and it's better. Plus, we eat game as well. Yeah, I like eating at home just because then I get to, spend time with Sadie. Because we can't really take her out. There are some dog-friendly restaurants, but they're expensive. You have to sit outside. And then, she has to, deal with other dogs. At any rate, that's about all I have for you tonight. I just wanted to go for an hour, hang out a bit. Shout out to the mods, Papa One and Mama One and David. Appreciate you. Serena, I miss you if you watch this later. Glynis and Miko. It's great talking to all of you. Sorry, I apologize again for the technical difficulties. Sometimes the stream crashes. It's probably my computer on this end. I should upgrade, but I don't want to because I don't want to learn a whole new system. We shall return for the Saturday Horse Show, which will feature the Tiger Mustang, Tiger, Burning Bright. David says, have a good night, folks. You have a great night, David. I appreciate you, friend. And Sunday, we'll have a Sinister stream, and we'll return on Monday, of course, for Marston Mondays. Appreciate all of you. Enjoy the rest of your night. And